Oh my god, hi! It's me! You know what channel you're on. I am so happy to see you guys receive Atomic Springs so positively. I have been building and making sims basically every day for a few weeks now, and in this video I want to show you some of the results of my hard work. Now I have a lot of stuff to show you, and the jump from the previous video to this one is going to be huge because I truly did a lot of stuff to make the world feel more complete. It's still not everything, and you'll see a lot of empty spaces which I'll cover in the next videos. I just wanted to update you guys to see how much I have already done. Hello and welcome to Atomic Springs. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that has changed, and between the videos I have been just non-stop building and making sims and just renovating and making more stuff to this town, so I have a lot of stuff to show you and I'm just not gonna waste any more time. Now, the first thing that probably catches your eye is the terrain. As you can see, basically everything is now modeled when it comes to terrain. Obviously, in places like this, for example, is just a rough idea of I want to place a bridge here and I want to make a road that goes like this. I have almost everything basically vaguely prepared. Same with rivers and lakes, and just everything is already planned out. It took me a lot of time because I used a couple of different methods. I've used some external programs to make the terrain more defined, and in the previous video everything was just a flat texture, so I have changed that. And yeah, that's the first thing that I've changed. Now, the second thing that I have done is add a lot new trees and just like foliage in general, and rocks and billboards, and I have added so much new, like for example in the previous version I don't believe there was this mulch. There were no juniper trees. Also, I've added some new fountains and fences and just a lot of new stuff basically. The next thing that you are probably seeing right now on the map view is that I've added a lot of new rabbit holes. I didn't build that many community lots, but I focus all of my energy now to build rabbit holes and houses, and let's first go through those. The first main rabbit hole is obviously the city hall. I don't feel like it's that impressive, but I didn't want for this to be like a 10-story skyscraper. I feel like it does the job perfectly well, and also I didn't put anything that your sims can interact with inside any of these rabbit holes, so sims won't get stuck in like this weird corridor, and they'll just go in, do everything that they have to do with a certain rabbit hole, and then just leave without having to, I don't know, sit or read a book. So hopefully it will help with the performance of the world. And yeah, this is the city hall. In the previous video, also there were these two rabbit holes, and now I have added the other part of the town center, these two rabbit holes. On the left you have the restaurant, and as you can see it's just like a colorful box. Inside it's also very basic, but it does the job perfectly well. And outside I added a seating area so your sims can eat out on a beautiful day and just take in the views and the nature and the fresh air. As much as fresh air there is in Atomic Springs. Also, this is the bookstore. As you can see, it's almost empty on the inside. It's just a couple of doors, a couple of decorative stuff, some lights, and the main thing that you are going here for, which is the rabbit hole for the bookstore. Now, the last two rabbit holes that I want to show you, I am particularly proud of. This one is the school or high school rabbit hole, and I was heavily inspired by the American high schools that I saw in movies and just media in general, but just made it much more colorful and over the top. So inside it's nothing, again, nothing really important, but on the outside I have added a couple of new activities. If you have seasons, for example, you can make this a football field. You have all of the ingredients here that are needed. But since I am using only Into the Future, I've just added some picnic tables and some garbage bins and this fountain, which I feel like just matches the theme of this world perfectly. I absolutely love it. I'm very proud of this building. If I can maybe be proud of myself for a second. This rabbit hole. This is the hospital medical rabbit hole. As you can see, there are some residents that have parked here and are inside. Here's a resident. I won't be spoiling too much as to who this person, this Simbot is. This Plambot, excuse me. I won't be spoiling too much as to who these people are, because I'll get to it when I'll get to it. But as you can see, it works perfectly fine. And on the other side of the rabbit hole, I don't know how to say this in English, but I feel like it's a courtyard space where if you're a patient, you can just go and take in some fresh air and maybe sit. And that's also the reason why I put it next to a lake, so it feels more rejuvenating and close to nature and that sort of stuff. Oh, and here is another sim. Now, I won't be spoiling again the sims in this video, but we can look at her outfit, you know. Now, these would be all of the rabbit holes. Obviously, we have some missing. For example, this is where I'll place the grocery shop, but I didn't build it yet, so there's nothing. But sims are already surrounding it, so I guess it works. Oh, and here goes another sim. I didn't make the rabbit holes, but I have created a couple of community lots, and I mean literally it's 2 lots. Because in this update, I really wanted to focus on houses, and there's much more houses that I built than community lots. This is the clothing store, thrift store, consignment store, I don't know how to call it. It's a place where you can just buy some futuristic looking clothing. Here we have a couple of future residents, and they are looking at this community lot. I am really proud of it. As you can see, it's very colorful, it's very crazy. Ever since I saw your comments on the last video, I have been creating the most wild, creative and colorful and funky and weird and kitschy looking builds that I have ever built in my entire Sims 3 career. So thank you for that. Okay, now here is a personal favorite of mine, which is the arcade. I absolutely love arcades in any Sims 3 world. And as you can see, it's fully functional. It definitely looks better at night because I have added crazy lights everywhere. But Sims can come in here and just play basically every type of game that there is with the base game and Into the Future. And I also added pinball machines. I don't really have much to say because you are seeing what you are seeing. I really love these bathrooms. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but I am heavily inspired by the retro graphics of the very, very first computer games, and I feel like it shows in some of these builds. And yeah, this is the arcade for the town. I really wanted to add a teen space in this town because I feel like in many Sims 3 worlds, basically in all of the Sims 3 worlds, there isn't really any places for teen sims to go. Hello! I am here to quickly interrupt this video to remind you about my Ko-fi page where you can support me directly by donating. Making this world and my other videos as well can be very demanding on my computer, which is getting pretty old. Obviously, it's totally optional and I don't want you to feel forced to do anything, but if you enjoy my content and would like to see more, that's the best way to help. Subscribing, liking and commenting also helps me so much more than you can even imagine, so feel free to do it if you enjoy what I do. Now, let's get back to the video. Now let's get into the houses. There are so many houses that I have built that I'm not sure even if I'll be able to show you everything in this video, but I'll go through some of my favorites. I just went full on out with the colors and the textures, and everything is crazy here, even crazier than in the previous episode, and this is one of the perfect examples of that. This is an empty house, and I feel like it will continue to be empty even in the final version of the world. And I definitely want to create some houses that are very colorful, and some houses that are very monochromatic, and this is one of the monochromatic houses. It's very yellow, it's very orange. I especially love this area right here because it uses a lot of the new retro futuristic stuff that I've added with the town. And yeah, I feel like you're getting the gist of what I'm trying to tell you. Now this is a townie house, and they are just currently out at the moment, and maybe that's good. I won't spoil them for you. But this is a similar case, but this time with green. Basically everything inside is just green. And yeah, I really enjoyed building this. And it's absolutely crazy, and I'm all here for it. Now, to keep some secrets, I won't show you the interior of this house, but I am super proud of the exterior. I love the colors, I love the textures, and I especially love the family that lives here, which you'll see in maybe another video. But as you can see, the exteriors are getting crazier and crazier. This house is also very interesting. As you can see, it's split in half, and I already have townies that live here. I don't know if they are home. I can see that maybe they are not. And yeah, it's divided exactly in half. It has a storyline already prepared. And as you can see, one part is much more orangey, greener, and just more vintage, I would say. And the other is much more futuristic and full of new technology, which, I don't know, may have a huge part in the story of this family that lives here. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Next to it, there's also possibly one of my favorite houses I've built for this town. It's just absolutely stunning. It has some solar panels on top. It has some just like glass features. And inside is just a colorful mess. Wait, let me turn on the lights. It also has a family that lives here. It's also important for me for this house especially to have a lot of entertainment space and to have a lot of activities that are maybe more young adult oriented. And you'll see why in the future. I especially love the flamingos that are outside, which are maybe unnatural a bit, but definitely give some character to this town. This is the first real mansion that I have built for this town, and you can have like a little sneak peek as to how other mansions will look like. I just spent a lot of time building this, and it's very specific. It's inspired heavily by Barbie dream houses, and it's just monochromatic pink everywhere with zebra print and cheetah print everywhere and cow print. How could I forget? I feel like this building perfectly represents the town because there is no way that this could fit in Sunset Valley or, I don't know, any other world in The Sims 3. So I feel like this is a great representation of what I'm trying to achieve here. Now, the last build that I'll show you today is possibly one of the most colorful. This is, I guess I'll say this is my favorite house that I've built for this town yet. On the inside, it's absolute foolishness. As you can see, the main theme of this building is primary colors, and I feel like I did achieve that. I feel like every house can be described very similarly with, you know, the geometric patterns, with the crazy colors and just color blocking everywhere, but every house has some different features that make them unique, and this is a great example. I have never done these kind of pillar stuff before. The roof is like 3 or 4 layers, and I feel like with every house that I build, I get just better and better at this style because I am not used to building houses like this. So it's a great departure from the standard suburban house that you see in Sunset Valley, for example. Now, this would be all for the lots. Most of my time I spent just building and making families, which you might have seen here and there, but I don't want to go too far into them because I feel like there's too much to talk about. But also most of my time I've spent planning, and as you can see, basically everything is already laid out. I haven't even gotten to this part of the town yet, and definitely I will get to it eventually because it's possibly one of the most important parts of the town. As you can see, I have already prepared that this is where the diner would be. I feel like this is where some of the beaches would be, the criminal hideout would be here. I really want to create a diner, but an interactive, like a actual diner where you can go in and eat here with also kind of like a viewpoint for the entire town. This project is going to take me a lot more time because, as you can see, even if you don't really like this style, I feel like we can all agree that it takes a lot of time to build in this style, and that's why the videos are so rare from this town. Whenever I make a video, I want to actually show you something or tell you something, and just making a speed build for a single house I feel like would be a waste of time for you guys. So expect another update for this town whenever I achieve something that is update worthy. I have spent these 2 weeks just going to university, going back and building and building and building, and I have managed to make like 15 or 20 lots. I have managed to create some textures and, you know, made some families, but as you can see, I have a lot more stuff to do. So don't expect for this world to be out very soon, but expect a lot more updates where, I don't know, I might still surprise you. I have some secrets, I have some cards up my sleeve that I will not show you yet, or maybe I will not show you at all, and you'll discover them when you get to this town and play it for yourself. Now, let's get back to the scripted part of the video, where I'll tell you everything that I've yet to mention here. And that would be all for today. Thank you so much for your continuous support for this project. Because you guys enjoy the idea of Atomic Springs so much, I feel like I have to finish it now. I am not pivoting to making exclusively creative world content, but it takes me so much of my time now to build everything that the next couple of videos will be about it. But don't worry, I have some ideas for future topics that don't have to do anything with Atomic Springs. I would also love to make a video where I answer some of your questions about the project, so if there's anything bugging you, write it down in the comments, as well as your opinions or suggestions for the town. I love reading them. I'd also like to thank Anne in Wonderland, Julia Monika Nielsen or Julia Monika Nielsen, Moss, Eileen and Mariana for donating to my Ko-fi page. I am extremely grateful and thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, that would be it for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, thank you so much for watching.